Imagine yourself in the middle of this episode thinking, hmm, could this be a fit for me? Could this really be my next chapter, my next thing? Well, if you're asking yourself, what's next for me? What is my thing? Whether your kids are grown, you're eyeing retirement, or you're just craving something new that feels purposeful and even exciting, today's conversation is for you because
Mhm.
I have the perfect guest to guide us. Kathy Lampert is here. She's an Amazon expert and a business coach who's helped hundreds of people launch profitable Amazon businesses. Kathy built her own Amazon business to six figures in just her first year. And now she's passionate about helping you do the same. In this episode, she's going to share what it really means to sell on Amazon. 5+ ways you can make money
Mhm.
in the Amazon ecosystem beyond just selling products, and how to know if this could be the right path for you. So lean in because you just might discover a whole new possibility waiting for you. Kathy,
Mhm.
welcome.
Yes, hi Jody. I'm so excited to be on your podcast today. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so
I
happy you're
love
here.
your energy and what you talk about and the way that you talk about things. So I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Well, fun fact, and then we're diving into it because we have a finite amount of time. Somebody suggested I reach out to Kathy, made an introduction. I was looking at something about Amazon, and it ended up I was talking about something completely different, but I was totally blown away when I learned what you did, what you
Mm,
built, and that it's a business. Because one of the number one things that a lot of the women who come to the Moms Who Dare Facebook group or who are listening right now to our show is they struggle with what is their next chapter,
mhm,
whether they're in retirement, whether they gave up, working outside of the home to be a full-time mom and their kids are gone now, or whether they're just unfulfilled by their current career and they want something else. This is what led me to think, oh my God, Kathy, you've got to be on the show. Because this is a real viable business that somebody can build. And they can build it like you to six figures in the first year or not. But it's a
mhm.
business. So I'm happy you're here. I can't wait to dive into this. So we always start with a story, and I know you have a great story. So share you. Who are you, Kathy?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so I love this how this sort of organically came out of our conversation that we had. But I was hugely ambitious and career oriented until I got married. I didn't get married until I was 38, and it wasn't really in my plan. Getting married wasn't my plan. I was really, just very career oriented, and I had a big corporate job. And so I did get married at 38 happily, and pregnant at 39. I had my first child at 40. So I am a corporate dropout, but I'm a late corporate dropout.
Okay.
I had a lot of years of my identity being, very wrapped up in my job. I was living in New York City. I was, running in heels, if anyone knows that
Oh, I
reference.
know running in heels.
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
God, yes.
yes, very much just living the city, making lots of money, and really just very oriented around my career, which I was really good at. When I got pregnant, shortly after we decided to get married, it changed everything. I had, in the meantime, flipped to interior design school. I had already dropped out of corporate, and I loved that, but we moved to New Jersey. And the commute from New Jersey to the New York School of Interior Design got the better of me. So I didn't continue with that degree. So now here I am. I'm 40. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm living in New Jersey. And then later we moved to Texas. We've been here in Texas for 10 years. And I'm happy as a clam in a personal way. I'm focusing on my kids, my family. Raising my kids is the highlight, the biggest blessing of my life. So no regrets. However, I had a big shift in who am I? I was all about career. I was, skinny mini running in heels and somebody people listened to. I had skills, I had credibility. And now, 10 years in, who am I? Like, what's my identity from like a more than a mom standpoint? I've always been so proud of being a mom, and it remains the thing that I'm the most proud of. But beyond that, I had this sort of like holy blank, like, what have I done? Like, have I given up too much? And
I
I
love
got into
that.
this. Mhm.
I
And
love
I
it.
got into this, yeah, and it's so real. And I've really only sort of become aware of that realization lately. It felt like I got boring and flat, and I never had felt that way in my life. And so, sort of this journey began, and I tried so many things. And this is this phase where now I want it. I want it all. I want family time. I want business. I want identity. I want money. So I tried. Let me just really quick go through. I tried a home staging business with my half of an interior design degree. I wrote a children's book and published it. I tried multi-level marketing,
Yeah.
had that going in the background for years, but it was never hugely comfortable for me or successful. I tried real estate. I did very well in New Jersey, and then it was more problematic for me in Texas. So many good real estate agents here, and they're all the nice ones. So my niche was gone. So I'm starting to get desperate at this point, and I this is like 10 years ago, and like all these big existential questions start like resurfacing now that my kids are getting older, not to mention I have, the need for money with two kids who are going to go to college. So like what's my legacy? Like so then I start like I'm going to try retail. Like I tried everything and or I felt like I did and nothing was really giving me that balance and that bigger sense of like authenticity, like something that I love and can be proud of and have a legacy. And so then sort of enter stage left in 2018. My husband comes into my office and says, "Hey, Amazon?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, a lot of those things that you buy on Amazon, those are people." I'm like, "What do you mean those are people?" He said, "No, those listings, those things that you sell on Amazon, it's not like Amazon is selling them. Those are people. Those are like people have businesses. They list things on Amazon." And I was just like, "Whoa!" Like mind blown. I had no idea. And he knew I was looking for something where I wanted to meet my buyers where they were. I didn't want to have to look for them. And multi level marketing and real estate both had that thing in common where you have to find your clients. And for me,
Yes.
that was always the most problematic. Um, on whatever level, doesn't matter why, but the idea of meeting clients, like finding where they're on Amazon, just really hugely appealed to me. So anyway, I had this like, whoa, like, okay, so these people are selling. So I decided to just jump right in. And $10,000 later, I have launched my first product on Amazon. And I did it by finding a podcast where it was this company called Jungle Scout. They had this $1 million case study, and this guy shows live his launch, episode by episode by episode. I watched it on YouTube. I paused it. I did the thing. I paused it. I did the thing, the next step. And I literally launched like a $10,000 launch based on that. It was really hard. It was really stressful, but when I was launched, I was really proud. So right away, my product starts selling, which I do not recommend my approach. I do not
Yeah.
teach that approach.
That's not
That was
right.
just,
You
that
teach
was just,
everything you learned
yes.
you teach the way you take the heartache out of it for us.
Yes, like you get to take advantage of my mistakes
Yeah.
because I made them. And
Yeah.
and it's fine. It's fine. It's like
Yeah.
it's growth. So so then I'm selling all these products and I decided, well, if I what do you call it? The model proved itself to
Yeah.
me. This works. But now I'm like, okay, if I'm going to actually do this, I need some professional skills. So this company, comes up on my algorithm and they teach a course in how to be a professional Amazon seller. So I take the course, another $10,000, and
Oh,
but it was so good, and that's where I met my mentor. And at the end of it, I adopted their system, and that was at the end of that year. I had a six-figure business going. So
wow.
now the coach, my mentor from that program, comes back to me and says, "Hey, you're doing really well on Amazon. Would you like to come back and be a coach? Like, do you want to help me coach my program?" Yes, I do. He said it's just like a few hours a week. We're small, like, you'll just have a few clients. Well, that company that I was coaching for grew and grew and grew till we had 1,000 clients at one time at its heyday. So now my little coaching gig turns into like 60, 70-hour work weeks. I literally had hundreds of clients and they all launched businesses on Amazon, but I didn't get to pick the clients, so some were more suited than others. But in the process, I learned how to teach and I got a system and I refined it. And so now, 2 years later, from that,
Just 2 years from that. Wow. Okay.
yeah, I did that I coached for 2 years
Okay.
and it became full time because the company grew so big.
Right.
And then I had to kind of do this new reset. Like now I have to reclaim like what was my initial goal? What am I doing? Like I took the
Yeah.
coaching gig because I love coaching, but also because I wanted to learn from my mentor. But in the meantime, my business starts to tank because I'm focusing on everybody else's. So
Correct.
like kind of those resets that you do at various stages in your life,
Always.
like am I headed where I need, my path that I'm on, is it the correct one
I love
for
it.
me? So I quit the company and that was fine. So then now we enter the new stage, and this is kind of the reclaiming my life and resetting according to my goals. Now I have this expertise, like what am I going to do with it? This is where my life started to get exciting. Now I have these skills and I know how to coach. And so I launched my own coaching practice. And the great thing about this is now I get to focus on the clients who make sense to work with for me, and not just sort of like this funnel of of lots and lots of clients. So all my clients are doing amazing. It's such a highlight. I love coaching them and it's on my time. So now we get to, oh, did you want to say something?
I was so now, okay, yeah, I did. I just love your story. I'm
Sorry,
like
I
sitting
just
here.
talked so much.
No, no, no. It's good. It's good. It's a great story. Your story is really sharing what's possible.
Mm,
Sharing what's possible, and I like that. And I'm sitting there. If anybody's watching the video, I was sitting with like my mouth opens, like mesmerized by your story. So because I was thinking, you get to choose how many clients you coach,
mhm.
and you get to focus on your business as well. So you still have
Yes.
a thriving business and you get to teach. I like how you said the reset. I have gone through so many resets from 2016 to today.
Hmm.
I ask myself, am I moving closer to what my original goal was? Is that still my
Yeah.
goal, or am I moving farther away from it? You have to. You have to.
You have to. I think there's so much momentum involved in life, and um, you think sometimes you don't have time to reflect on where you're going, but you literally don't have time not to.
So,
Like it's, yeah.
yeah.
So,
So
mhm,
I guess I want to get, I don't want to cut your, I know you're going to share more of your story. I don't want to cut it short, but I do want, so you've outlined like it's possible to have a business. So just explain to somebody who's like, okay, because I didn't know either that they were sellers. I mean, I did before I met you, but at first,
yeah.
like I had, and I'm like, seller. So you've kind of shared what it means to sell on Amazon, but if there's somebody here that is completely green,
Hmm.
what would you tell her would be, well, I guess go back to like I'm struggling with where I want you to go with this. Like what's the benefit, like why? What's the why behind, it's not why do I want to start an Amazon business? The why is how can I feel fulfilled? How do I go from feeling boring and flat to meaningful and impactful again, using my brain and making money and bringing in
Hmm.
income separate from being a mom? I get that. My whole life was fine. I was unhappy with my career.
Yeah.
I too felt like I was bored, I was flat, I was awful, it wasn't fulfilling. What could I do? And I found my road through multi-level marketing. I did. It's
Yeah.
interesting. So, yeah. So
Yeah. That is
I know
interesting.
I cut you off. I didn't
And
mean to
so
cut you
many
off.
do.
Yeah.
Well, no. So what I was just going to kind of go to, and I think
Yeah.
it's kind of the same place you were, and steer me if not, but where I've come to now is I get to do things on my own time. And the challenge is now, and literally, and I'll maybe talk through this next, is that I have so many revenue streams. So the
Yes.
challenge is which one, it's literally scheduling, which one am I going to focus on today? And if you're somebody who, like, I have found out that I have some pretty severe ADHD. I didn't even know this about myself until like recently. Like you too?
Undiagnosed but convinced.
Undiagnosed, but like me too. And so I think it's like that. Like I don't do well with like if things are boring. It's really great for me to have like this menu of things to choose from, but I now have so many. So let me just kind of go through.
Yeah.
You had mentioned 5 ways, and I was just saying to you, and I'll repeat this for your listeners, but before the show, that when we spoke last time, I had, I think, 5 revenue streams, and I now have like 8 plus.
But these
And
all these revenue streams are part of the Amazon business you've built
it's all part of my Amazon ecosystem. And what I
ecosystem.
love about it so much is that the things that I do are only the things that I do. There's a million more things. There's people who make whole livings on like their Amazon photographers, their Amazon um, I mean, anything related to selling a product. And I haven't even listed that in here. But so here's my revenue streams. And let me just do this even like a shopping list because I do want to
Yes.
get to
Yeah.
the benefits because I know that's
I
really and
definitely want the benefit. I also want you to address because all somebody might have heard was that you invested $20,000, 10,000 and 10,000. So I want you to talk
oh,
about how that's what's a realistic investment for somebody because I
yes.
think that's all they're going to hear.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I did it the wrong way.
Yeah.
So hear that.
Okay.
Do
So
not, So, okay, let me take one step back.
yeah.
The course that I took that taught me professional skills on Amazon was really expensive. And the reason why I just chose to invest in it is when I was doing talking with the sales guy about it, he said, we test our products before we launch. And
Mm.
I was like, you had me at test. You had me at that. They test 25 units, like $250 is how much it takes on average to test a product. I ask my clients to test 3 products. So we're talking about a launch, like $250 per product. And I don't even let people test more because you have to see how things do before you invest.
Okay. Got
So
it.
I am very conservative with my clients' money. And the reason for that is because although it worked out well for me, I wasn't conservative with my own. I went all in, and I've learned that there is a way to grow and scale in a smart way.
Okay.
So, yes, I guess my point in the hyperbole of how much I spent was just how much I went all in.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
hmm
Absolutely.
But it's definitely not what I teach. And what I love about the Amazon business world is that you can launch a business where the sky's the limit for very little upfront investment. And my clients launch in 60 days or less.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. So it's very tangible. And there's no business that you can have this sort of an sky's the limit business opportunity with a very small amount of investment. It just doesn't exist,
Right.
in the
No,
world.
no. Okay. Good. I wanted to clear
So
that up.
Oh, I'm so glad you did, Jody. Yes, thank you. So, okay, so just really quick, here are my personal revenue streams, and these can be unique to anyone, but they're all based on my Amazon business. Coaching. So I coach clients and I do 2 hour blocks once a week. So if you're my client, that's how much time you work with me. Um, I don't work longer blocks than that because, your brain gets full and so does
Too
mine.
much. Yeah.
It's like a lot goes into it. Yeah. And somebody can meet with me twice a week, but generally speaking, that gives enough time. So it's not even a huge investment of time. Then there's work that you do before you meet with me. But so I do 2 hour blocks once a week. So if I have 10 clients at a time, that would be 20 hours of coaching a week. It's really manageable. And I really get a lot of energy out of that. My new thing is I'm building a course, and I I can actually send you a free preview if you reach out to me. I'm really excited about this. All my clients are doing well, and the course is based on what I teach them. And it's literally, I ask them, what did you need to know before you started working with me? And so I have a quick start Amazon guide. It's like how to
Oh,
get started on Amazon in 30 minutes or less.
I love that.
And so I can, and I want to get that ready, Jody, before we met. That's what I was
I know.
working on.
I
Because
know.
if someone's really interested, I do want them to,
Well, if
you
somebody
know,
who's really wants more information, we're going to link how to connect with you in the show notes, and they can reach out to you and they
yeah,
can take
that's
it. Yep.
awesome. And I hope some people do. And if not, I'm still super happy to be here. But so number 3 is my own Amazon store. So, I'm always building and testing products, new products. And that's fun. That's creative. It's like I'm shopping. Like I'm finding a
Yeah.
product idea and I'm testing it. Um, Fourth revenue stream, affiliate revenue. So the software that I've used for Amazon, I've used, it's called Helium 10. I've used it for like since 2018, and I've never paid full price. So I have an affiliate link so that people who want that software, whether they're using my coaching services or not, can get a 10% off discount. And then Kajabi, the platform I use, I even have Amazon affiliate revenue as an option that I haven't explored. Um, okay, spin-offs from coaching. So like I do one-offs for people. I now manage clients' ads, which I
Ah,
never thought I'd want to do, and I do, and it's a recurring revenue stream, and I'm good at it. So it's like it's kind of like you end up organically going somewhere different than maybe you thought you would. I never thought I'd want to manage someone's ads, but my client was
wow.
struggling, and I said, I can do it for you. Let's
Yeah.
talk about it. And for it's a win-win because he doesn't want to do it. And um, so, and then there's all like one-offs. Like I can help somebody find a product. I can help write their listing. I can do their keyword research, set up their photography strategy. So fun one-offs, which um, then another thing is referrals. So I'm always upping my training, whether it's on advertising or, aligning myself with experts, knowledge experts. And they always have referral programs.
Yeah.
So, if somebody comes in and they want us to take over, like they're big, they want us to take over, then we can give a referral. And then now the two new things are I'm looking to grow my coaching business on Facebook. I've never used Facebook. Like I'm actually one of my clients is teaching me how to do Facebook ads. So
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
it's because he's really good at it. I taught him Amazon, and
I
he's yeah.
love that.
Yeah, and now I'm learning TikTok. So like just for reference, I'm 60, right? So like if I can be doing all these new things that sound like okay, like TikTok is just for young people, it's not. Like we can
No.
all learn these things. So like my client wants to do TikTok. So I said I'll learn it alongside you, and I am. And now we're going to like get influencers and help him sell his product, which is exploding on Amazon on TikTok. So
Wow.
anyway, so those are like revenue streams, and that's not everything. That's just what I do. Yeah,
Well, my favorite thing about that list is when you said you never know what direction you will go into when you say yes to starting in point A. You don't.
never. No.
I became a life coach to start a community. My community turned into was a Facebook group. That then I'm like, okay, this is my business. Because I wasn't sure what my business model was. The Facebook group is still there, still the
Yeah.
first point of entry, but now I have the spin-off membership community. And then I created an online course, which I just redid. That's a self-guided course. And now I have my podcast. And now we're going to have sponsors for the podcast.
Wow.
And I get paid
You
to,
don't even
I
know.
come, and people hire me to come speak publicly. Like these are all my different revenue streams. And by the way, my multi-level marketing, I still get a check every month, and I've done nothing.
Wow. And you're saying yes. And do you feel like every time you say yes, you end up in a space of something that you love more? Because that's how I'm feeling.
Yeah,
Like,
I get more clarity. And yes, similar to what you said about yourself, Kathy. Um, I like a little bit of change and shift.
mm, yeah.
I have to be careful because I used to chase, I call it chase the shiny object. So then I was
Yeah.
doing a little of a lot of things and not doing
Yeah.
any of them 100% the way I could have. That was probably a couple reasons. One, maturity in the
hmm
entrepreneurial world,
hmm
and the self-awareness piece that I
hmm
know I can do a lot of things. You can do a lot of
Yeah.
things. I just thought about like,
But you
well,
have
but I
limited
don't
time.
have to. And do I really want to do all the things? Because I have found myself down paths where I'm doing things that I'm really good at, but I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
So
So learning to say no is just as important as learning to say yes.
absolutely,
I
but I
know.
but I
Yeah.
like what you said. You like your story. You tried real estate, you tried staging, you tried all these different things. That's what daring is.
Yeah.
Daring, when you're starting in midlife and you have no idea what you want to do because you've given up all your dreams to do X, whatever X is.
hmm
It could be a stay-at-home mom, which by the way is a full-time job. But it
Yeah. And a
also comes,
wonderful one. I
yeah,
mean,
but it
I
also
love
comes
being at
with
home.
the whole realization like, okay, well, who am I without that?
hmm
Who am I without
Yeah.
being a? So
Yeah.
when daring is all about making a list, What interests me? What am I good at? What could I be good at? What could I learn to be good at? And then trying it out
Yeah.
and seeing if it
Yeah.
works. And if it doesn't, okay, that's off the list. Oh, this was good and this was fun. I'm going to do more of this.
I know. I love that. And as you keep going down that, you find that some things you enjoy and you hold on to them. Kind of like literally, I'll make an analogy, but like testing products on Amazon. You test three, two of them bombs, so you don't grow them, you ditch them. One of them does well, so you scale it. I mean, I feel like that's almost like an analogy to my life. And now I've ended up at this point at 60 where there are, I would say, three main things in my life that I divide my time between. One of them is my business, which the amount of time that I allocate on that, I get to control. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, the second, and I enjoy it more and more.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is tennis. So I'm a competitive tennis
Me
player. I play
too.
on. I know. Right now I'm on four competitive teams,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I and,
no.
and my level keeps going up. And for me, that's a priority. And
Yeah.
I actually schedule my meetings around
Yes.
tennis.
Yep.
Which you get.
I get.
And then the third thing is just being a mom and
Yeah.
wife and
Family.
my family. Yeah.
So
And
I
travel.
love
I
it.
mean, there's other things in there, but those are like the pillars,
But I love that.
and
I love that. I do. All right. So
but you have
here's
to get there, don't you? You can't
yes.
sort of like you have to, what is it, kiss a lot of toads before you,
That's
what's
where you
that
get your
expression? Before
prince
you
or
find your
something like
prince. Like you have to
that.
like
Kiss a
try
lot
a
of
lot of
frogs before the
things.
prince, whatever. But that's what
Yeah.
daring is. Daring is trying new and different things to figure out whether you like it or you don't. And it's
Yeah.
okay if you do. It's not wasting time as long as you're moving through with intention. But
Yeah.
I want to get to this because we are getting towards the end,
No,
and I know
already?
we have a dare, but I want to get
Okay.
because I could have this conversation forever with you. I could go off. I had to control myself because I could have gone off on a tennis thing. Maybe we'll come back and talk about that later.
Okay.
But a big question for somebody right now: how does the woman who's sitting there saying an Amazon business could be good? Like, how do you know if it's right for you and how to get started? Now, I just told you. Just say I could give the answer to that in the same breath. I want to hear what you think. I say just reach out to Kathy and ask her. But
Well,
but
y-
how do you know if it's right for you?
well, I think you're more correct. You're more right than you probably know. So, and I actually went to my clients and I said, I'm building a course, and they're very supportive. Tell me, like, what is it that you wish that you knew? And they all said, it's how to get started, and it's having a coach that you trust.
Yeah.
It's having a great coach. And everywhere that I go in my business, I always have a coach. Like whether it's tennis, whether it's building a course, whether it's building your presence on LinkedIn, whether it's learning how to build your website, like you need to have somebody in your life who knows how to do it. And that,
Amen.
yeah.
It's an
So
investment. It's an
it's an invest.
investment. And because here's the thing, people and women specifically, and I know I'm making a generalized statement, so don't hate me, ladies, for this, but I'm talking about me too. We dig our heels in on spending money on certain things
Yeah.
that are the things that we need to pay money for. Not, and I say this as somebody who loves good, nice things. We don't need another sweater. We don't need another pair of jeans. We don't need another pair of boots. And I agree 100% with what you said because without the coach to
Yeah.
coach you through doing something like this, you will spend hours of time spinning your wheels, spend more money than you need
Yeah.
to, which is what happened. And for me too, like I just got finished six sessions with a podcast coach.
Yeah.
I have experienced
Amazing.
huge shift in this show just because of that.
Yeah. And that's amazing. And that sounds like fun too. And I think if so one of my clients literally I use his quote now on in my work. He said, and he's doing so well and he's so smart. He's a marketing director.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant marketing guy, but he literally said, if I hadn't started working with Kathy, because he and his wife had tried building their business on Amazon, he said there is a 0% chance that I would have succeeded without her. And it's not that I'm the only Amazon coach in the world, but I'm really different. And I'm really good at it. And he had said, and that feels good to say that. That's not bragging,
Yes.
by the way.
Oh no,
And
I am
and
so proud
and
of
that's
you. So
yeah,
proud.
which
Because I'm really good
I
at what I do too. So yeah,
and yeah, I mean, let's own
know what
that,
you
right? Like
know.
there's a lot
Yeah.
of things I'm bad at, but I'm a really good Amazon coach.
Um,
And so I think just having somebody who knows what they're doing, and it also just makes it not only more fun, but less scary, like sleepless nights when you have a problem you just can't solve, and oh my God, have I like screwed everything up? Like is terrifying. But if you have a
yeah,
coach, and I'm,
Kathy.
who's calm. But do you want me to talk about dare? Because I do have
Yes, yes. Wait,
something
yes.
that's,
This is your dare.
is that like jumping? Okay.
So this is it. We're gonna go to the dare, and then that's a wrap after the dare. But I just want to, before we get to the dare, we will link how to connect with you in the show notes.
Oh yeah.
And is there a specific place that you would like people to connect with you?
Yes, and sorry if I jumped too fast there.
No, 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 no,
I
no. This
wanted
is
to help
good.
you
This is
keep
good.
track of time, but
No, and we
yeah,
are.
yeah. So the best way to get in touch with me, so the two things like where I would suggest if you want to get in touch with me, one is if you want my quick start Amazon guide, I will give that to you guys for free.
We'll put,
Um,
you want us to put
yeah,
the link that, or
no,
no, they should reach out to you. Okay.
they should reach out to me. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's not at a
Yeah.
stage where I have it like in
Okay.
a quick link, but so my email is Kathy@kathycoaching.com.
We will put that
Kathy with a
there.
K. And
We
so
got
you
that.
can email me. I'll give you my LinkedIn profile.
We have that. Yeah.
So yeah, and
Okay.
so yeah, like email me or reach out to me on LinkedIn and just
Okay.
say, hey, I'm interested in your guide, or I'd love to talk about coaching. And like I hope some of you will. I have a lot of calls with people just to talk about it, like Jody,
We
that's how
did.
you and I started
Yeah.
talking. Yeah. And you just never know where it will go,
Yeah. Love
So
that.
I really will enjoy those. And I'll do those conversations for free and like really enjoy them.
Great. We will
But
link all of that.
connect with me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Just,
We got you.
make a connection and we'll say hello.
All right. All that's in the show notes. Okay. Here's the dare. This is it. Bring us home, Kathy.
Okay, so I thought a lot about this because I feel like the dare, for some reason, just when you said that's what you do, I almost got like goosebumps. I feel like that's what like life is about. So I really thought about like where has my growth come from in the last 10 years? And I thought about it a lot. And here's what I realized. So I'm gonna like, I don't know if this is gonna sound corny, but this like sort of like sums up life for me.
Okay.
I feel like as it relates to you and your listeners, Jody, I feel like, okay, confidence isn't something that you need before starting, fill in the blanks, but rather confidence is what you get from doing,
Oh, I love that. I love that.
right?
I
I
love
mean,
that.
it, everybody's scared to start new things. And I thought
Do
about,
it
and Jody, this is,
scared. It's do it
yes,
scared.
do it scared. And being scared doesn't make you not brave.
Mm-mm.
Doing something when you are scared, that's brave. And I think that's what I love about your message so much. So I thought about like so like all these like I've been the midlife warrior. I've been the stay-at-home mom who's and I'm inching towards empty nest, by the way. I have a high
Yeah.
school senior,
Ah,
so when I think about all the ways that I reclaimed myself, it was tennis. I got back into tennis at 50 years old. And I've gone up from like, you would know this tennis like a 3-0 to a 3-5. I'm now playing 4-0. So like, that might
welcome to
not
the
be
club.
anything in like are you?
Yeah.
4-0?
Yep.
Oh, I'm so proud. Yeah, I'm getting there. But so um travel without your fam. Okay, so let me just give like some here were the things that for me, and I'm gonna get to the challenge from this, but the things for me that gave me growth. It was reclaiming tennis, like getting back into it after not having played for years. That's scary. Um, traveling without my family.
Yeah.
Like going, yeah. So I was invited to go to tennis camp with friends, like weekend
Yes.
tennis camp.
Fun.
Oh my gosh. And, rediscovering like who I am outside the context of my family.
Yeah.
Reconnecting with old friends. If you're single, reconnecting with an old flame. Um, I learned how to play the piano again. I have a piano and I stopped playing. I used to play Chopin. Like I was very and
Wow.
I played for a huge like 500 person dinner, a Thanksgiving for the homeless in a church hall.
Wow.
And I was so scared. I played Christmas jingles.
Yeah.
Um, take a course in something that you've always wanted to conquer technology.
Yes.
That's a big one for us
That is
because
a
you
big one.
think it's a big one. Get a mentor to teach you, to show you how to do something you think you can't do. Okay, so what all these things have in common, and this will get to my dare, these are things I used to do that I, haven't done in 20 years or that I used to do in my 20s even. So I'm 60, so that's like a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
Um, and things that feel scary to you, like doing something that really scares you, like walking onto the tennis court after like 10 years of
Yeah.
injuries and so
Yeah.
on. That was really scary, right? But like
Yes.
doing those things that are scary is where your biggest growth comes from. So here's my dare, and maybe it's kind of a big one, but do something that you haven't done in at least 20 years and do something or or do something that really scares you.
I love it. I
And
love it.
if you don't know how to start, find a mentor, a teacher, a community, just do it. And the bonus points for this dare is if your heart races just thinking about it, that's your dare.
That's your
That's how
that,
you know
that
you
that's
found
your
it.
green light to do it. I
That's your green
love that,
light.
Kathy. I
Yeah.
love it. I loved everything about everything you shared. You shared that there's a whole world of possibility out there. And I love the vulnerability of you sharing every part about your story. So everything is in the show notes below to contact you. I would highly recommend if you even have a little teeny weensy kind of excitement and curiosity inside of you about an Amazon business, email Kathy and get her guide. Get her guide and get started with all your questions. Write them down. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much for being part of the show. This was
Yeah,
great.
it's been my pleasure. You're so
Great
easy to
dare.
talk to. Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. I've enjoyed our conversation. And
Dare
thank you
on.
for whoever's listening.
Yeah.
Daron.
So, what's your takeaway? Are your wheels spinning just a little faster now? If today's episode has you wondering what's next, what could be possible for you, I'd like to leave you with this. The spark is already inside of you. Maybe all you need is a little dare to light it up. That's why I've created 30 days of doable dares. It's totally free and is packed with simple daily actions that can reignite your confidence, curiosity, and courage. No business degree or Amazon experience required. Just you showing up for you. You can grab it through the link in the show notes. And hey, if this episode stirred something in you, share it with a friend or come say hi over in the Moms Who Dare Facebook group. I'm in there daily and would love to hear what you are dreaming up. Until next time, dare on.